Goblin Slayer had a great start with the first episode, introducing us to the dark world that is Goblin Slayer. And it could not have done this any other way, introducing us to how dark it is from the very beginning, so we get a grasp of how dark this series is actually going to be. There was a lot of mixed opinions on the very first episode of Goblin Slayer, as it had some very questionable scenes. But when you watch the rest of it, you understand, yeah, this is why they did it. So why would you want to watch Goblin Slayer? Well, it's very self-explanatory. Goblin Slayer. His job title is slaying goblins, and yeah, it basically speaks for itself. But if you want to watch some guys slaughter an entire race like they're scum, then yeah, this is for you. Goblin Slayer is a man who had a set routine. Yeah, be it killing goblins, but he had a set routine, and slowly, as you watch Goblin Slayer, you slowly begin to see him evolve and change himself as he encounters other people, as he's not the black-hearted person we kind of see him as. He is still a person at the end of the day. If you like dark fantasy anime, yes, dark fantasy anime, and not anime that are happy and bubbly and woohoo, it's colourful, then Goblin Slayer for you is pretty much all the time they are in some places dark, like a cave or a sewer. But it's really interesting to see how he kills the goblins. Yes, it's killing goblins, same stuff, different day. Wake up, kill goblins, that's basically it. But it's interesting to see how he does this and the creative battle scenes that we get to see of him fighting. So instead of being an anime about being focused on the bigger picture, it's not that. It's instead more focused on one aspect in particular, and that is the absolute massacre of goblins. Like, they're gonna die. They are going to die. But as bad as it might be, he's actually doing a really good job, because it's either you kill the baby goblins or they do some very horrific things to people. Like, very horrific things. Like, ugh. The Goblin Slayer companions are fairly interesting. I would have loved to learn a lot more about them, or just the places that they came from, because they briefly touched upon where they came from, but it's like, I like that stuff. Let me learn more, but it's obviously focused on the Goblin Slayer, so you have these companions that are quite interesting to learn about. They're very diverse and they're all very, very different, so each of them has their own impact on the Goblin Slayer. They each have their own chemistry with the Goblin Slayer, and it's great to see them all get into arguments. And one of them really likes cheese. Like, a lot. So what was really so bad about Goblin Slayer in the first episode? Well, it's just the fact that they decided to put a rape scene in. Yeah, they had that, but there's two ways you could look at it. Yes, it's sort of bad because it's like not really something nice, but then again it's like, yeah, this is the dark fantasy anime, this is what we're going to give you, so enjoy. So it's like, you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it, but it's just good because it's a dark fantasy anime and it just fits the setting so well, and I really did enjoy Goblin Slayer, so it was nice. But as the series go on, there's a few more instances of not graphic scenes. Like, it's still covered, but it's like, it's not really nice, like clothes being torn off. So they sort of eased us in, sort of, like maybe just dropped us in at the deep end in the very beginning, but it's like, yes, it's not going to get any easier from here. You are going to get a lot more scenes like this, and you are going to enjoy it. So after Goblin Slayer, I was left with a lot of questions because I like lore and it was sort of left out and I was not too happy. My questions really were like, the Goblin Slayer is the only person who really wants to go and kill these goblins. So for the world, does that mean when the Goblin Slayer dies, is he going to be replaced? It's just like, he needs someone to follow in his footsteps, because he's not going to be killing goblins forever. And like, where did the goblins actually like come from? Is there a way to kill them all? And is he going to be stuck killing goblins forever because of the way that the companions sort of change him? He might end up like not being a Goblin Slayer, and he's like the one with the most experience. And it just left it really open-ended. That's all I can say. It just needed more inside it, like more facts, more stuff. Just give me more stuff, please. More. I wanted to know more. But I think really, if you want to take anything away from Goblin Slayer, it's just how messed up the world is, really. That's the only way I can sum it up. But Goblin Slayer is definitely targeting people with the world setting. It's dark fantasy anime, and the setting inside it is just great. When you go into a cave, you know that if it's dark and eerie, there's going to be attack. He's going to be attacking goblins. If it's like a colourful place, then it's like they're in a town. It's nice. There's not going to be any goblins attacking. But if it's dark at any moment, you know that very soon the Goblin Slayer will be going to attack goblins, and it does this dark setting really well. Even though it's limited, and yes, it's only caves, they do a good job of showing how dark the goblins are, because they live in these dark, dingy, rat-infested sewers that no one would want to go down. So it just emphasises how really bad these goblins are. But it was a really good anime. I did enjoy it. See how the Goblin Slayer went from being someone who would soldier alone go to kill goblins to eventually getting a party. So if you do like anime like this, it will be dark, but it's good, it's enjoyable, and it's just quite funny at sometimes. But yes, I do recommend Goblin Slayer because it's quite entertaining to watch, and I did enjoy it. So if you did enjoy this video, please hit the like button, tell me your opinions of Goblin Slayer in the comments down below, and I'll see you all in the next one of whatever I make. See ya.